white chocolate mocha with sweet cream cold foam. And that'll be all. Sounds great, thank you. Hello sunflowers, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. It's been so long since I did a video like this. I'm going to be doing a Q&A where I answer questions I've never answered, give you guys a life update because so much has been happening, and also just literally answer anything that you guys wanted to know. I asked you guys if you had questions over on my community tab on YouTube as well as Instagram. My Instagram is at GraceDanielleYT if you want to participate in future Q&As, and also I'm always asking like what videos you guys want to see and stuff like that over there. But we're gonna get right on into the video. I just went through the Starbucks drive-through. Your girl loves her some Starbucks. I ordered a grande iced white mocha with vanilla sweet cream cold foam. I don't care. The sweet cream cold foam is worth the extra $1. Like, it's literally so good. I would pay $5 for sweet cream. I don't know if it's just a fancy name for whipped cream, but I don't like whipped cream and I love sweet cream cold foam. So those like TikTok conspiracies that it just makes you feel fancy for drinking whipped cream, I beg to differ, but I'll give you guys a little taste test. I'm excited. It's so good. This is what we needed today. I'm filming this on like a summer day. I've had such a productive morning. I went to the gym, I filmed a bunch of stuff, and now we're just like hanging out, and I am so here for it. And I need this to like stay awake and get my afternoon going. But like I said, I'm going to answer all the questions that y'all asked. If you want juicier questions or have like any other question I've never answered before, be sure, like I said, to follow me on Instagram because I'll do more of these and I love to like address anything, answer anything, and yeah, let's just get right on into it. All right, let's get started with the questions from my YouTube community tab. I love using that. I think it's like such a like underrated resource. I'm like always posting over there. I think it's so fun because it's like this community directly that I get to talk to. So question number one is, are you planning on having any new pets? This question, oh, does your girl wish she could take on more pets? I literally love having Stormy, which is my black cat. If you guys didn't know, I've had her for like over probably almost 2 years now, almost 2 years. A year? I don't really know which, but I've had her for a minute and she makes my life so happy. When I'm home, I have like my parents' dogs, but I only have one pet that's my own, which is that cat. I literally get tempted all the time. For a long time, I wanted a dog and just realized like with future travel things that I want to do, I don't plan on settling down after college. So I don't think it really makes sense to get a dog till I settle down, like have a permanent yard situation and just like more of a permanent life, because I really plan on changing my life constantly for the next 5 years, kind of like I've done so far because I can, and there's nothing holding me in one spot. All right, so the next question is, what are your summer plans, like internships, trips, classes? So my summer plans are the least planned. Basically, I'm having planless summer. If you watch Ellie Raylo on TikTok, so I was talking about like planless Saturdays, I think it is, but I'm a planless summer kind of gal right now. Literally in the past, I've always had like a million things booked out that I'm like excited for, but right now I'm kind of just excited for every day, which sounds cheesy, but like I don't want to make too many like permanent future plans because I feel like so much changes all the time, and I want to be able to like say yes to opportunities that pop up, just things that work out. But I'll let you know the summer plans I have so far for travel. I'm going back up to my college town soon because I'm gonna do a bunch of moving vlogs for y'all. I have to move out of my current apartment, and then I'm gonna go probably back up there for a birthday, and then I'm going to Nashville with a few of my friends, which I'm pretty excited for. It's gonna be like a 3-day trip. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get like the cutest content ever while I'm there. And Bonnaroo is going to be super fun because I'm going to my best friend that I went with 2 years ago, and I have not been to a music festival in that's a lie. I went to a music festival last summer, but it's been a year basically, so that's kind of a long time, and I'm very, very excited for that. I want to do something in July. I really want to travel with my best friend from college. I really want to travel with my YouTube friend, so we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely open to a lot of travel. I don't have an internship this summer. This summer is my last summer before I graduate college, and my current plan is just to pour everything into this YouTube channel and my TikTok, my Instagram, and everything that I can. Really believe in myself, just put all my time into this, which is what I've done for the past few summers because this is obviously like my biggest passion and I love it so much, but especially getting closer to grad and thinking about like applying for jobs or like what I'm gonna do after school, or if I just want to do this after school for a minute. Kind of just gonna put my all into this and see what happens with it this summer. So I know most people have an internship their junior year, and a lot of people might freak out if they don't, but I didn't apply to any, and that's shocking for me. I love applying to things, but I know right now, especially over how things have gone this past year, I want to put my all into my YouTube and give you guys like my full focus and not be like balancing this with a bunch of other things, especially since during the school year it's all a big balancing act. In the summer it's just YouTube. So I'm really excited just to hang out with y'all even more this summer, and I'll be uploading way more because this is all I'm doing and living life, which is important. Oh, and there was like one more part to that question. Oh, classes. My advisor, my friends, my parents, everyone has told me I should take a summer class. And the thing is, I'm not gonna do that. I just don't think I have it in me. I think that I need a break. I think that if I don't take a break from college, because I'm not someone who's wired, I don't like get gratification from school. Like school's not my moment. School's not what like makes me like soar and fly. I just want to graduate college. So I think if I don't take summers off, I will probably be burnt out and have worse grades in the fall. So I'm just taking some time off, aka summer. And I have never taken summer classes my entire college journey, and I'm still planning to graduate on time. So I don't really know. I feel like everyone I know takes like 90,000 classes every summer, but it's not for me. I just want to vibe, so no classes, and I'm just gonna push off classes till the fall, and I think that's fine. That's what make me happy, so we're good with that. Okay, so the next question is, how do you stay so positive? The place I want to direct you for this question is my podcast, because I talk about like getting your spark back and finding happiness and things like that over on my podcast all the time. It is at Change the Caption on Spotify. Okay, moving into the next question. Are you planning on moving out anytime soon? And do you like your neighbors? So there's two questions in this one as well. First question, I don't know if I've like formally addressed it on my YouTube channel, but if everything goes to plan, I'm going to have a subleaser moving in like a week and a half, which I'm very, very excited about, which is basically someone's gonna be coming and overtaking my lease. So I am gonna have moving vlogs coming ASAP because I'm moving out of my space, which I am so happy, very excited about, because my rent, if you guys didn't watch I made a video about how much money I spend in a week, and I'm very transparent about things there, and you can find out how much my rent costs there, but let's just skip to the point of it's a lot of money, and I'm gonna be very happy to not be paying that this summer and be able to use that money to do things like travel, and also just like save up money for next year. So I am planning on moving. I'm actually so sad. I think I'm gonna do like a last video like sitting on the floor of that apartment talking, because my life has changed so much, and like my mindset and confidence and everything has changed so much since when I first moved into that space. My life was so different in August to what it was in May, and how much I loved college was so different. I started out the year like, this probably isn't for me, and left the year like loving my university, loving my friendships, like loving my life. Like I didn't even want the semester to end, which is so weird for me, because if you guys, like I said, I'm not a big school person, but I just really found happiness in that apartment. And it's also like such a nice place. Like I literally am so proud of myself and thankful for you guys. The fact that I was able to afford to live there for a year, and I was able to do it. Actually, like the other day I was reflecting on that, and I was like, that's huge for me. Like that was a very nice place, and it was an amazing time. I felt so safe there. It was everything and more. I am moving to a much cheaper apartment next year, because my plans for next school year are a lot different, and I'm probably not going to be spending the whole time in this apartment. So updates on that to come. I don't want to say anything for a while, just because things do change so much, and so much could change this plan. But if things go to what I want, a cheap apartment makes sense for me. And also I'm gonna be really close to my cycling job. I'm gonna be like a street over for my best friend at school. So yeah, I applied to the apartment I want today, and let's just say the rent there is like around $300 a month versus what I'm paying now. Crazy. So I'll be very excited about that. So I'm excited to have money, and I'm also excited. It's gonna be really tiny. It's gonna literally basically be a dorm. So if that place works out and I get approved, stay tuned, because the move-in is gonna be basically a dorm. I'm basically turning the space into a whole living situation, but it's just a room with a bathroom. Like I have to make a DIY kitchen, all of that to come. But I'm really excited about it, and I'll really miss my apartment I have now forever, and all the amenities of my apartment, like having a pool and having like a building where they always have like snacks and stuff. Like I'll definitely miss that, but I'm ready for the next chapter, and I definitely am so thankful for my time spent in my apartment, and I think that was a perfect choice for that point of my life. Another question that the person asked with that was, do you like your neighbors? Full transparency, I like don't know my neighbors that lived in my apartment that I lived for this entire past school year. I've seen two ever. Like the whole time I lived there. There was one I saw like all the time, like my next door neighbor who had a dog. He was super friendly. I really appreciate him, because he definitely like saw me and kind of knew who I was. And I mean, I'm a little noisy for living alone, because I lived on a floor of all people who lived alone in my apartment. So the fact that he never like made a noise complaint about the fact that I was always like podcasting or doing YouTube and all these things, which of course this is my job, so I have to do it, but I totally understand the noise could get annoying, and I would feel bad sometimes, but that's like why I live alone, so I don't do that to a roommate. But our walls were pretty thin, so yeah, he was great because he never complained, and honestly shout out to him for that, because I would probably get bothered. What are your favorite YouTubers? I'm gonna put them on the screen right now. Some of my sweet YouTube friends and also ones that don't know who I am that I just love to watch. The next question, kind of juicy. Someone said, your relationship update. I haven't talked about like relationships or boys or anything on my channel in a hot minute. So you guys know, I think the last time I even addressed this was when I did like my breakup video. I was dating someone when I went to school last fall. We broke up. For a minute, I was like really in the mood to like go on dates again and like was in that vibe. And then I've talked about this on my TikTok before. I'm really someone, this is my first summer completely alone in a hot minute. I'm someone who always has like a thing, at least a situationship in the summer, and I'm always like not interested in a relationship, situationship, anything in the winter. That stayed true. I became like very uninterested in dating or meeting someone in the winter months. And then I haven't gone on a date literally in months. Like, I don't know, I just got home into my hometown. So since I'm not doing much this summer, I kind of want to start going on dates again. I've just re-downloaded a dating app. I really want to go on like double dates with my friends this summer. That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling. But just like where my head's at with relationships, I think I'm open to going on dates again. For a minute, I just didn't want to. I'm definitely open to going on dates, but a relationship is not something that I'm looking for right now. I'm someone who I'm like a hopeless romantic. I love love. If I got to be in love again, I'd be so happy. I'm never going to be someone who's like absolutely not. But with my timeline of my life and my plans I have for myself in the next like 2 years-ish right now, I'm not going to try and force a relationship to happen. I'm not looking for one. It's not like ideal timing. But if I met the right person, I would date them. So there's that. But definitely this past winter is when it really hit me. For the first time in my life, I'm so content with singleness. And I've said that in the past, but like really truly meant it. Like since like Christmas time, I was like, all these like events that have happened in my life, I haven't been wishing someone was there. And for so many years of my life, I feel like I probably just like the way that even just like the human brain's programmed, and you know, I'm such a romantic, like at heart I actually am. So I'm always watching romantic movies and reading romantic books and stuff, but I know I haven't met the person that's like worth that time for me yet. And also just like worth that for me, or like the match for me yet. So I don't know. Right now I'm also really content being single because I know that nobody I met is the person Nobody that I have met is the person who could like truly bring me what I want to the table. So yeah, content in singleness right now. I'm really liking being alone. I don't have to stress about anything. I like pour so much into relationships that it can be like very consuming for my mind. So to not have anything that I'm like fixated on man-wise is really peaceful right now. So yeah, I don't know if y'all can tell right now, but I am sweating because I want the sound in this video to be good. So I'm literally like not having my AC on and crazy. Okay, somebody asked, do you want to drop out from college? I thought this was a very interesting question. I definitely like recently posted mental breakdowns regarding like my classes and things. Finished the semester on a good note, passed all my classes, and also, for those that don't know, I am literally going into my senior year of college, so absolutely will not be dropping out. I have 1 year left in my education journey until it's done forever. I'm not someone who, like, literally I think the moon would have to like launch into the land from the sky. Like, that's how big of a thing that'd have to happen for me to want to get like a master's, go to grad school. I'm not a school-loving girly. Okay, moving into questions that people asked on Instagram. Someone said, boyfriend, question mark. I kind of already answered that in the relationship question. What is your major? I've talked about this before, so stuff definitely has been answered, but I'm a communications major. I love it. It's not time consuming at all, and I highly recommend this major to anyone who wants to do online school through Mizzou, or to somebody who has like a side hustle or a business or is an entrepreneur and has to pour their time into a lot of things besides school to get where they want to be after college. Definitely choose this major because I've had such full time to pursue YouTube and pursue all the things that I'm passionate about, along with like finishing my degree. Somebody said, who's been your biggest inspiration and what were your biggest setbacks? So I'm going to get into the tea on this one. My biggest inspirations are definitely YouTubers that I love. I talked about those earlier. If I'm not feeling inspired, if I go on YouTube and watch those people's videos, I get so excited to film again. I get so excited to create again. By the way, if you see like sweat on my upper lip, like mind your business. Okay, I have my biggest setback. Now, I do want to preface this with saying I don't like hold anybody who was involved in the setback situation, which actually ended up motivating me more, but it definitely still was a hard thing at the time. I don't hold anybody like accountable for it anymore. Everyone was younger. I'm sure I did weird things when I was younger. I'm sure I messed up when I was younger. Like, nobody's perfect, especially when you're not even 18 years old anymore. And I'm literally now it's all good, but I won't say it didn't really bother me at the time, that it wasn't hard at the time. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel, but when I was in high school, there was a day where I guess a bunch of boys, I'm not really sure how many people were involved in the actual creation of this, were involved in the creating of this video, where they took a bunch of like screen recordings of my YouTube channel and basically made fun of me for, I don't remember how long the video was. At the time it felt pretty long because I was forced to watch it. But our school had a thing every single day called prime time, and like everyone would just be like out and about. It was like 10 minutes to hang out with your friends, you'd just be chilling. And basically this video was published at this time and it was played all around my school. I could hear it absolutely everywhere. It was played on like everyone's phones. I heard it was played in classrooms. I heard like teachers played it. I don't really know exactly who all played it, like on the walls and stuff. It was like, I think it was like, I don't know, basically it was everywhere. If you were me, like you would literally just hear this video making fun of you, or all around your entire school. Like every single student was watching it. I literally remember I just like went to my yearbook classroom and I just acted like it wasn't happening. And it was just hard because it was like pretty much everyone ever besides my best friends were blasting this. I could see how it could be a joke, but like when you're the person that's about and it's during the school day and so you're just hearing everyone in the entire school play this. In fact, like I know a teacher, I'm pretty positive, played it on their wall. That's hard, and especially when you're like 16, 17. I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was definitely 16. I think I was 16. Maybe I was 17. And then like I stayed at school the whole day and it was just really weird. And that was a setback because I like literally looking back, that's like a fever dream. Like I really cannot believe I was like as strong at that age as I was, because that was really hard. And going back to school and just acting like whatever was really difficult for a minute there. And also was just at a point in my life where my life was not super great. Like nobody who didn't know me would have known that, but like my life was not, like it was a little hard at that time already. So like everything happening in that, and then I just kept, so you never know what's going on behind like YouTubers' doors, because I kept posting on YouTube. Like everything was completely normal. I posted on YouTube for a brand the day after that happened. So yeah, that was definitely a setback in the sense that it was really hard, and it was definitely a moment where it was like, okay, when people say like, if you put yourself out there, people are gonna have something to say. That's true, they are. And I got through that, and I definitely want to say to you, don't let the story like that scare you from starting something that you want to do, because I have never once regretted starting YouTube. And let people talk, like give the people something to talk about. And it's what you're passionate about, it's what you love, like keep going no matter what people say. So that's like my biggest message with that whole story. I could always do like a further story time on that, since it's like so far removed from me now, and I've like so forgiven anybody involved because it's so in the past and we were all so young. But what I will say, I'm chomping on my ice, there was not one second in that whole situation that I ever thought about quitting YouTube. Like ever. Even through that, I was like, I love YouTube and it's worth this, and it's worth like the anxiety that this caused me. Now am I telling that whole story like literally sweaty on fire. I literally can't right now. Oh my gosh, my upper lip is so sweaty. I need like upper lip Botox, not like lip Botox, but like the Botox that makes you stop being sweaty, because I swear I'm the sweatiest girl alive. Okay, what's the biggest red flag you've ignored before? We're getting really into juicy ones. I've ignored a lot of red flags. I would say a majority of the men I've dated have been a walking red flag, and I mean that. And also a lot of them were when I was younger. So again, anybody like before you're 18, I really don't hold people accountable for their actions towards me, because I'm sure I had red flags, especially when I was like 16 dating. I definitely had some red flags myself that I had not worked on myself fully yet. But I'm trying to think of biggest ones. I'll just say a very generic one because it applies to multiple situations and not just one person, because I don't want anyone to watch this and feel called out. But anyone has anything to say about like your appearance not being up to whatever level, they can go. They can pack their bags, they can go. If someone who is dating you does not think that you are perfect as you are, if someone has all this critique of things that you could do differently, or like that you just like your looks, you're not pretty enough, whatever, they can go. They can pack their bags, they can be done. That red flag has happened multiple times to me, and looking back on it as a confident woman that I am, I'm very confident in the way that I carry myself and I look, who I am, everything, because I also think that I'm much more than the way that I look, even though I am confident in my looks as well. I think that anytime a man is making comments about the way your appearance is not up to par with other females. I think that that's a confidence problem for them, and that they're probably trying to tear you down so that they can kind of still feel at your level and not feel beneath you. And that might sound conceited or full of myself, and I don't care. Last question, Ole Miss Rush Tea. Okay, this one, I'm saving, the Instagram one's really popped off. Ole Miss Rush Tea. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I guess it does not matter because I'm never gonna rush again. I know of at least one, and I could pretty much guarantee you there is more. I know there are houses at Ole Miss that planned, sorry, this is like, Lacey's kind of loud, that planned to drop me, but didn't want to drop me too fast because of my YouTube channel. So basically, if you go back and watch my rush vlog, a lot of houses invited me back the first like day or two compared to the end. And I know that's kind of normal, but I know because of girls who were in sororities who like told me after everything that there was houses, I'll say houses because there's no way there wasn't more than one if one had this mindset that saw a YouTuber, especially me, who talks about, I mean, I can't even blame them. Like I talk about everything to y'all. Saw me as a liability that I post about my life and everything that happens in my life, basically, on YouTube. So there was houses that didn't want to drop me the first day because they didn't want me to have something negative to say about them on my YouTube channel or somewhere. Like say I was going to do that. I would not do that. I don't think dropping me is like a bad thing, unless you have like really gross reasons. But basically they didn't want to drop me too fast so that I would like talk crap on their sorority, but they also did not want me in their house because I would be a liability because say I ever dropped, which I did drop. In their defense, I did drop from like being in a house anyways. So I never said an ill word about the sorority I was in on my, which I don't really have any ill words to say about the sorority I was in. But they didn't want me to like have the chance of dropping and then take it to the internet and say stuff like about the sorority and like expose things or whatever. I think that's really interesting. But yeah, basically to say there was strategy in dropping this YouTuber, and they did not want a YouTuber in their house, but they wanted to make sure they dropped me strategically. So we love that. I figured that out like a year after Rush. I think it's kind of crazy. Also, my personal opinion is if you're like so worried about, I could see like the rituals that they might not want out, but like if you're worried about your sorority being exposed, like is there something you're hiding? I don't know. If there was, I would protect my besties on YouTube and I would have let them know. Luckily the house that I rushed, for good reason, wasn't concerned about me being a YouTuber because they didn't do anything that was like ill for me to like try to protect my besties on the internet from happening to them in the future. Like I was an 80 pie if you guys didn't know, and it was all chill. The girls were sweet and nothing happened bad to me or any of the girls. So T, I feel like I can't get in trouble for saying that because I didn't drop any names of sororities that purposely dropped me on like day 3, but you know, I could have been also, I'm sure there were houses that just dropped me because I'm me or my personality or I don't have enough money or I look a certain way, whatever. That's also the tea, but I don't actually know. I know certain sides of Rush from girls who stayed in it, and I can stand by the fact that I personally would not be okay with rushing girls. That's one of my big reasons I dropped. I'm not gonna rate females. That's just a girl's girl take, sorry. It's not for me. I would have had to like, I could not have done the other side of Rush. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here on that hot tea note. I don't think I've said that stuff on my channel before. I brought a lot to the table today. But I love these sunflowers so much. I love feeling like connected with you guys through these videos. And yeah, I'll see you lovely sunflowers super duper soon. Like I said, I'm just doing straight up this all summer. I'm about to drive home. I need to jump in a pool or something because I'm covered in sweat. But I would do it again for y'all. And yeah, I love you so much. And I hope y'all have an amazing day whenever you are watching this. So yeah, I'll see you besties around on the internet.
Baby shampoo, come and save me. I've been missing lately.